Hello Year 5, welcome to Friday's maths lesson where we are doing a recap on our subtraction knowledge. We're going to go through some examples together and then I'm going to set you an extra special challenge for you to do today. There's no varied fluency or problem and reasoning solving, so we're going to practice those during the lesson and then you can go off and do your challenge. Okie dokie, starting as normal with our arithmetic starter. So have a look at these questions. Make sure you read and understand what the question is asking you to do, okay? And in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to show you the answers. Okay, these are the answers. This one, number 3, you had to know that there are 52 weeks in a year and you were going to be timesing 18 by 52 to get you to 936. Okay, and hopefully this one you spotted you needed to do the inverse to find the missing number here. Alright guys, let's get started on our subtraction recap. Okay, here we go. Which calculation is the odd one out? Can you complete the bar models to help you? Now, if you're feeling super duper confident with this, because this is right back at the start of our subtracting fractions, then you can pause me and have a go yourself. If not, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through A and then leave you to do B and C, and then I will show you the answer. Okay, let me get my pen. So we've got some bar models to help us out here. They're already split into our groups. So our whole has got 7 parts in. So I've got 2 groups of 7 here. And the first thing I need to do is put in my bigger fraction. Okay, my 10 over 7. And I'm going to colour that in here. I colour them in blue. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is one group. 8, 9, 10. There we go, I've got 10 sevenths there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pen and I need to take away 6 sevenths. So I'm going to cross out 6 sevenths and I'm going to start over here because that will help me keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I can count how many parts, how many sevenths I've got left behind. How many have I got left? I've got 4 sevenths. And I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm going to leave A for now. I'm going to do B and C, and then I'm going to see if I can work out from the answers that I get which calculation is the odd one out. But I'm going to leave you to work out B and C. So pause me here and unpause me when you're ready to see the answers, okay? Unpause me in 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so B is 3/5 and C is 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole because we've got 4 parts make the whole, which means that C is the odd one out. Hopefully you managed to work that out as well. Okay, let's move on to the next example. Okay, now this one I'm going to ask you to pause me straight away and work it out for me, okay? How are you going to work it out? You can use bar models to help you. You can write it down in front of you. What will you do when you are working this out? My top tip for you would definitely be make sure you start, the very first thing you do is make sure that the denominators are the same, okay? For example, in this first one, we've got 13 quarters and 3/8. We need to make sure they have the same denominator. We can't half this to make this into a quarter, so I'm going to have to double this fraction. I'm going to double my denominator, and that's going to become 8. And then if I've doubled my denominator, I also need to double my numerator. 13 times 2 is 26. So my new calculation is going to be 26/8 take away 3/8, okay? See if you can answer these and work out which one is the odd one out, okay? Pause me here and ready to unpause me in 3, 2, okay? I hope you guys have managed to get these answers, and if you simplified your answers down, you would have worked out that the odd one out is B because we cannot simplify it. We cannot simplify 28/9 down at all. Now, if you got yourself in a muddle here when it was 2 over 1, just remind yourself that 2 over 1 is the same as 2 wholes, okay? Fantastic. Any issues with those, come and speak to me or Mrs. Elmore on our daily drop-in session. Okay, here is our question for you guys. Zach has solved the calculation below. He has solved 2 3/5, take away 4/8, and he believes the answer is 2 1/13. Is he correct? If he is correct, tell me how you know. If he is not correct, tell me what marvellous mistakes he has made. So the first thing we need to do is answer this question. Now we've got a mixed number here, so we can do this in several ways. We can do it by converting my mixed number into an improper fraction, or we could do it in several parts. So which way would you like to do it? You can pause me and have a go yourself, or you can do it along with me. Now I'm going to keep it as a mixed number, but I'm going to be first looking at my denominators, because they've got to be the same, haven't they? They've got to be the same before we can do the subtraction. So let me get my pen. First off, I've got 3/5 and 4/8 in my fractions. I'm going to ignore this number for the moment, okay? I've got my fifths and my eighths. I need to find a way to make those denominators the same. Now, I can't make them the same by only changing one of them, so I'm going to have to change both of them. And the quickest way for me to do that is I can times this fraction by 8 and this fraction by 5, so that's times in the top and the bottom by 5, and that will give me a denominator of 40, and they will then be the same. So let's do that. So we're going to do 3/5 times 8. So we're going to do 3 times 8. Well, let's see, that's 8, 16, 24. Okay, so this is going to become 24. There we go. Over, and 5 times 8 is 40. Right. Already I feel like we might have spotted where Zach may have gone wrong, but let's carry on with this one here. We've got 4/8 and we're going to times it by 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, and it's going to be over 40 because 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, now I've got my new calculation and I can add my number in here. I do 2 and 24 40ths, take away 20 40ths equals. Now this is really easy because I'm still going to have my 2 here, and I'm going to take 20 away from 24, which is going to give me 4 20ths. Okay, and I can simplify my 4 20ths down, so I'm going to do that. I can divide them both by 4, my numerator by 4, which gives me 1, so it's going to be 2, and then it's going to be 1 over how many is 20 divided by 4, that is 5, so it's going to be 2 1/5. So we have got a completely different answer to Zach. What I want to know from you is why. What mistake do you think he has made? Okay, see if you could explain the marvellous mistake, and what advice would you give to Zach if you were going to help him fix this problem? Okay, when you're ready, we'll move on. Okay, there's another word problem for you. It says Omar has a bakery. He has 2 6/8 cakes left at lunchtime on Monday. In the afternoon, he sells 1/4 of the cakes. What fraction of the cakes are left to sell on Tuesday? So we've got two fractions here. We've got a mixed number, 2 6/8, which is what he has left on a Monday at lunchtime. In the afternoon, so the rest of Monday, he sells 1/4 of the cakes. 1/4 of the cakes he's got left. What fraction of the cakes are left to sell on Tuesday? So how are we going to work it out? Well, we need to do the calculation 2 6/8, which is this one, take away or subtract 1/4. And again, you're going to need to make sure those denominators are the same. So once again, I want you to pause me and have a go at this one on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause me and I'll show you the answer. So unpause me, please, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, hopefully you've managed to find out that the fraction of cakes left to sell on Tuesday is half of the cakes. He's got half of the cakes left to sell. If you ended with 2/4, you are technically correct, but remember, we want to try and simplify our answers wherever possible. Okay, fantastic work today. Right, now I'm going to tell you what your challenge is, and I'm really excited. Your task is to create a video tutorial for subtraction, okay? This can be done with a phone or an iPad. It doesn't need to be very high tech at all. I would just like a video tutorial from you guys about your top tips for subtraction, okay? If you are thinking, I don't know where to start, here is a word problem that you could use as an example to base your video around, okay? Please email your video to me or to Mrs. Elmore, depending on whose class you're in. I cannot wait to see what kind of videos come in. I'm really excited. And if they're super awesome, maybe we can share them with the class when we're back on the 8th, when we're doing a bit of a recap of all of our home learning. All right, guys, have a fantastic day filming. I hope you enjoy being in the studio as much as I do when I'm making these videos for you. And if you have any questions or you want to run by any examples with me or Mrs. Elmore, come along to the daily drop-in session. Have a lovely day. Bye, guys.